Hello and welcome to this meeting of the 2021 Budget Committee. Today we have a short agenda. The actions that we'll go through are selecting a chair for this budget year and also to receive a brief update from the town's treasurer and commissioner of corporate services, Ms. Nancy Sully. We have no regrets for the committee, Madam Clerk. Committee, are there any declarations of pecuniary interest? Madam Clerk, I see none. There are no consent items, public or confidential, on this agenda. And the first item is the election of the 2021 Budget Committee Chair. And we just need a name to fill into the recommendation here. Is there a nominee or a volunteer, whichever? Councillor Grant.
I would like to nominate Councillor Adams, given his experience and background.
Thank you, Councillor Grant. Is there a seconder? Councillor Knoll, thank you, but you're not a member of the committee. Good try, though. Councillor Chisholm, thank you as well, but same problem. We need Councillor Duddick or Councillor Sandew. Councillor Sandew, there you go. Thank you very much. It's Councillor Sandew. Are there other nominations? Madam Clerk, I see none. Councillor Adams, do you accept the nomination?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Despite the fact that there is no other nomination, just for the sake of completeness, please raise your hand if you object to the election of Councillor Adams as chair. Madam Clerk, there's no objection, and I declare Councillor Adams elected chair of the 2021 Budget Committee. Thank you, Councillor Adams, for being willing to shoulder this burden again. We now are at a point where I could turn the chair over to you, Councillor Adams, and you could call the presentation from the Commissioner of Corporate Service. Would that suit you?
Yes, that's great. So we do have the 2021 budget forecast information being presented to us, and so I'll pass it over to our staff to provide some information.
Through you, Councillor Adams. I don't have a presentation this afternoon, just a couple of brief comments on the report that's before you. Council gave us a guideline of an overall increase in line with inflation for the preparation of the 2021 budget. Our forecast that we presented as part of the 2020 budget showed an increase of 2.81% for the town, which would result in an overall increase of 2%, which was the inflation projection at that time. The forecast assumed assessment growth of 1%, and it also assumed that we would bring in 0.77% of the deferred assessment growth, and that would be to offset the growth-related impacts on the 2021 budget, including the opening of Fire Station 8, the annualization of that, and the Oakville Trafalgar Community Centre, as well as new roads and parks attributed to growth. A lot has changed since we prepared that forecast for Council last year. COVID-19 has had a significant impact on the town operations and our 2020 financial results, and it's likely to continue. That impact is likely to continue into 2021. As well, inflation is currently running below 2%. The Bank of Canada is expected to release their next forecast tomorrow, so that will give us a better indication on what is being forecast for inflation going forward. So as a result of all this, there's a lot to consider as we prepare our 2021 budget. We are presenting an updated financial forecast or projection for 2020 on July the 6th to Council, and this will help to give us a better understanding of what the impact has been on this year's budget and also where the risks are, the potential risks on the 2021 budget. We're asking that the committee consider an additional budget committee meeting on July the 7th, and that would be for us to bring back more information on the impacts on 2021, some of the revenue projections, and where we see the forecast sitting at this time, as well as some consideration on next steps in preparing the budget. So that's really all I wanted to present today, and we are looking for a recommendation from the Budget Committee for an additional meeting on July the 7th potentially at 9:30 in the morning.
Hey, are there any questions? I don't see any questions from any members. Then I think it's time for us. Councillor Chisholm, go ahead.
Just to refresh my memory, who's on the committee this year? Who's?
The formal members of the committee this year are Mayor Burton, myself, Councillors Dudek, Grant, and Sandu.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Then need to take a motion to approve the staff recommendation that the report from the Acting Commissioner of Corporate Services be received and that a budget committee meeting be set up for July 7th to receive additional information on the budget impacts related to COVID and next steps for the preparation of the 2021 budget. Councillor Sandu is moving it. All those in favor? I see everybody raising their hands. I can't see the mayor on my screen, but I don't hear any reservations from him. So we'll take that as passed then. Thank you very much. Everybody, that concludes the materials on our agenda. There's no confidential discussion items, and so we're going to adjourn. Look forward to seeing you at our next D&D meeting later today.